can really pass. Rick Smith made a great play there on the point. To start this, he won't get an assist, but here's McKenzie with a nice check. Now watch this passing between McKenzie, Stanfield. He'll hit the post on the far side. And watch Busick. Forwards love these goals. Open net, backhander, Busick. Great play by that line as Busick comes through from Stanfield and McKenzie. It's 5-0 Bruins.
Dallas Smith can't clear it. Fairburn keeps it in. Fairburn looking to make the pass to Kachuk, to Carr, the shot, and the save by Cheevers. And the clear by Dallas Smith. Esposito with a goal and 3 assists. Stanfield gets his own pass. Westfall, he's in alone. He looks. He scores!
Well, you won't see any better passes than this one. Watch Stanfield right on a lead pass to Westfall. Now here's a great play by Eddie. Head up. Puck on the stick. Watch fake now Villemure to the side, and a little flip backhander up over the glove and in behind.
Gilbert over the line. Trailing Rattel. A shot is wide. And a battle, Dallas Smith and Gilbert. And a headlock by Dallas on Gilbert. And Dallas going to work on him pretty good. Now Gilbert coming back, throwing rights. But the linesmen are taking those rights. Dallas had the early going.
Well, neither one of these players, Fred, are noted for their fisticuffs, so it's surprising to see Gilbert and Dallas Smith involved.
Brad Park and Ted Green. Oh, and Ted butted him with the helmet, and now Park throwing the rights as they go at it. Ted Green down at the bottom as Park pummeled him to the ice, and Hodge set to get in on that one. Stanfield, McKenzie up front as penalty killer. Stanfield steals. Scores!
Well, one of the unsung heroes of the Bruins over the last 2 or 3 years, a hard worker, and he gets a well-deserved goal here. Watch this beautiful forechecking. He got a break. The puck hit his foot. Came right onto his stick, and watch him just wait and then drive it by Villemure to the far corner. Beautiful play by Stanfield.
Rick Smith to Esposito, the shot, the save by Villemure. As the Bruins storm the New York end, and Bailey, Pat Carr. Oh, what a check. As Kachuk scores for New York.
Well, Kachuk fired one, and watch Carr get hit here, and he's hurt. Bailey got him on the leg check, and that'll hurt. Here's Kachuk now with the drive just inside the blue line, and it whistled by Cheevers, partially screened.
By Green, who's playing without a stick. And Walden sends it away to Stanfield. For Leach. Leach in deep. Cuts in. Scores!
Well, this Leach has got some great moves. He just needs to break out. Watch this great move by a right winger. A little fake to shoot. He gets Villemure straightened up and then just tucks it home with a backhander right here. Beautiful move by Leach.
The New York Rangers nailed down second place in the East, 10 points behind the Bruins, as Rangers captain Vic Hadfield became the 6th player in NHL history to score 50 goals. Center Jean Rattel led the league in scoring until a broken ankle forced him to the sidelines with 15 games remaining. Still, Rattel finished 3rd with 109 points and was awarded the Lady Byng Trophy. First-team All-Star Rod Gilbert was the NHL's number 5 scorer, and this goal put the Gilbert-Rattel-Hadfield line in the record book. Outstanding performances by Walt Kachuk and Billy Fairburn helped the powerful Rangers offense establish a club record 317 goals during the season. Brad Park became only the 3rd defenseman in NHL history to tally more than 20 goals as he scored 24 times en route to a position on the first-team All-Stars. York's defensive efforts anchored the Rangers' back line in impressive fashion with help from Rod Sealing. The goaltending duo of Eddie Joachim and Gilles Villemure, last year's Vezina Trophy winners, finished third in 1972 with another well-rounded showing. Weakened by the retirement of Jean Beliveau, the defending Stanley Cup champions rallied late in the season and almost caught the Rangers. Frank and Peter Mahovlich form a devastating brother act. Frank scored 43 goals and 53 assists to finish 6th among the league leaders. Peter added 35 goals in his best season ever. The flying Frenchman Yvan Cournoyer was 8th in the league scoring race with 47 goals and was elected to the second-team All-Star squad at right wing. Jacques Lemaire and Marc Tardif both set new personal scoring records with 32 and 31 goals each, as the Canadiens' power-packed offense joined Boston and New York in breaking the 300-goal barrier. Rookie Guy Lafleur contributed strongly with 29 goals and 35 assists, lending validity to his #1 draft selection a year ago. Big Ken Dryden proved his performance as the 1971 Stanley Cup MVP was no fluke. By far the busiest goaltender in the league, Dryden appeared in 64 games and lost only 8. His amazing 2.24 goals against average helped him earn the Calder Trophy as the NHL's Rookie of the Year. Another talented rookie. In 1971, it was Dale Talent. This year, it was Jocelyn Gavremont. Wearing #2, Gavremont's heady defensive play showed consistency and poise, not generally associated with rookie defensemen. On offense, Gavremont was a pleasant surprise, racking up more points than a defenseman named Bobby Orr did back in his rookie season. Jocelyn Gavremont, a name to remember for the Vancouver Canucks.
#5 is Dale Rolfe, who gets the first goal of the game and the first goal of the series for the New York Rangers. Didn't take long for the Bruins to get back in it, though. At 5:07 of the first period, Fred Stanfield tied the score at 1-1, set up beautifully by John McKenzie right here. Stanfield picks the corner, and it's 1-1. McKenzie really set up Stanfield magnificently as he rushes the puck down ice himself and then circles into the center of the ice and draws 4 New York Ranger defensemen with him. Count him, all around John McKenzie before he drops the puck off for Fred Stanfield, who scores. And this was the beginning of a five goals in succession for the Bruins. Here's #2. Ken Hodge shakes the stick loose from Ed Jacquemin and then gets the goal himself out in front as Jacquemin's stick lies behind the net. Now look at that one again in slow motion. Hodge has just jarred the stick loose and it's bounding back there. He centers the pass out for Don Horry, who gets the shot away. But the stop is made in front of the New York net. Now you have Esposito, Hodge, and Walton all in front. The goal goes to Ken Hodge. So that's 2-1 Boston. And Derek Sanderson came up with a beauty, assisted by Ed Westfall, shorthanded. There's the fake, and the shot by Sanderson is magnificent, 3-1. This one we will see again. Ed Westfall makes it possible on the shorthanded situation, but after he got the puck, Derek Sanderson did some pretty good things with the puck himself. It was shorthanded. Now here's the fake on the shot against Bobby Rousseau. And then Derek gets the shot away just before #11, Vic Hadfield, became something of a factor. And Jacquemin out to cut down the angle, missed on it, 3-1 Boston at this point. Ken Hodge scores his second right here. This was on the same shorthanded situation that Sanderson scored on just a moment ago. Big slap shot. And that was the 6th of the playoffs for Kenny Hodge, and that made it 4-1 Boston at 18:14 of the first period. Just a big slap shot that went right by Ed Jacquemin. We'll see that one again. made it 5-1. Then in the second period, Ken Hodge scoring his hat-trick goal, and this one's kind of amazing. Phil Esposito gets the original shot, which is wide of the mark, comes off the boards, and Hodge picks it up almost at the goal line on the right side. And how he was able to put it in the net from that angle is something that's kind of hard to understand. Jackman has gone down. There's the rebound to Hodge, and he gets it into the net one way or the other. 5-1 Boston at this point. The Rangers were apparently rather a demoralized hockey team, but their comeback began in this second period on a goal by Rod Gilbert, assisted by Hadfield and Rattel right here. Gilbert's goal, 5-2. This is on the power play. Phil Esposito was in the penalty box for hooking. Vic Hadfield got away the big shot from the left point. Cheevers made a fine save on it. Gilbert, however, whipped the rebound right back at Cheevers. Jerry couldn't find it as he was partially screened. The 5-1 Bruins lead was now 5-2, and Vic Hadfield quickly made it 5-3, etc., etc. This is the Hadfield goal. It was a power play situation with Derek Sanderson in the penalty box for the Bruins for hooking. A slap shot just off the ice that may have been partially screened by Bobby Orr. Here is 5-4. This is a quick one. Right off the face-off, Walt Tkachuk, who takes the draw, then gets the puck and scores. 5-4 Boston. But people got awfully worried when this happened. Bruce McGregor scored. Don Orey should have controlled the puck but lost it. The centering pass to McGregor out front, and that tied the score at 5-5. Don Orey had trouble, lost the puck right behind the net. Otherwise, that might not have happened. Ace Bailey prevented history from repeating itself with this rush down the left side of the rink, pursued by Brad Park, and then tucking the puck high into the top left-hand corner for the game-winning goal to beat Ed Jackman, the Bruins winning it 6-5. Bailey, rather an unlikely hero with others available, others like Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, but Ace Bailey, swinging around Brad Park to score, was the hero of the day for the Boston Bruins.
Goes to the right point to Bobby Russo, hits it on the fly, deflects, save Johnston as Rattel deflected that right in. Still gets the puck to Hodge. Back for Esposito, looking for catch, but his backhander went high as he went in. Tremendous work by Phil Esposito. The face-off near the Boston net, or trying to clear it, can't. Lost his stride, centering pass, Rattel gets it, a backhander, save, gets it again, save, and Gilbert couldn't poke it home as Rattel had two chances on Johnston. And with it, Gilbert, back to Brad Park, screen shot, save at Johnston. Sends Brad Park away on the right side. He's hit by Westfall, though, and broken up on the play, and Walton has it, closes, shoots, Villemure to save, Westfall in the corner. A rolling puck, intercepted by Fairburn now. And Fairburn controls. Nielsen rushes. They create a 3-on-2. Back to Nielsen. The shot. Save. Rebound. Fairburn missed. Over to Stanfield. Closing. Looking. Shooting. And missing. Orr with it. And Vadnais and Sather out. Orr holds. Spins away from McGregor to Busick. And he scores! Westfall right back. Broken up by Vic Hadfield to Nielsen with Gilbert, the pass, and the score by Rod Gilbert from Jim Nielsen to tie it up. Orr up on the far side. Now to Hodge, to Dallas Smith, right in, off Rolf, save Villemure as it almost deflected home. Broken up by Fairburn, he's got Sather alone, now to Tkachuk, the shot blocked by Vadnais, kept in by Fairburn. He fakes Sonori, the backhander. A save by Ed Johnston. 3 Rangers right in there. Vadnais made one save, and then Johnston made the other. Shifting on Park, who falls down. He's moving in. Shifting. Save Villemure. Magnificent stop. Carol Vadnais, a screen shot. Blocked. Hodge, the rebound, misses the net. Over the line, trying to beat Vadnais, may cut in. The backhander is saved. Johnston, he held the short side. Kept in by Nielsen. And it is McKenzie knocked down. Oh, everybody piled up here in the corner. Up. Elbow call. Nielsen kept in by Carr. Checked by Hodge. Fairburn on his off wing keeps it in. Alertly to Stemkowski. Quick shot. Save. Save and the rebound by Ed Johnston. The puck is loose. Carr can't get it. The face-off to Walton in the corner. To Hodge. Scores! Ken Hodge tapped it home.
Well, it couldn't come at a better time. Here's Walton moving very well inside of the net. Fired out in front to Hodge all by himself, and he just tipped it by Villemure into that far corner. And with 3 seconds left to go in the penalty to McGregor, the Rangers only get the one man back.
Starting the power play for New York, they trail 2-1. Now to Russo for Vic Hatfield. The explosive shot and the save at Johnston and the clear in front, and Esposito bangs it out to center ice. And which is an alert play. And battles Fairburn there. Hodge after it. 10 seconds left. Hodge to Esposito. Can't get it. And Russo strikes out. 5 seconds left. The pass blocked by Orr. Orr fires. Hit the post. Again in. The Bruins win it. And they're out to surround a superb goaltender, Ed Johnston, who figured very prominently in the victory.
Came at 5:26 of the first period, set up by Mike Walton, who gave Orr the pass at the blue line and sent him in alone on Ed Jackman. Bobby being congratulated by Mike Walton, Dallas Smith, and a couple of other Bruins. Next goal, also by Bobby Orr on the power play. The Bruins have some good pressure out in front of Ed Jackman. McKenzie picks up a loose puck to the left of the New York net, out to Bobby Orr for the slap shot and the 2-0 lead for the Bruins. The Marcotte goal was shorthanded and was set up by Bobby Orr there, and the backhand goal by Marcotte. Strictly an Orr and Marcotte operation. As I mentioned, pulled off while the Bruins were shorthanded. Ted Irvin got the Rangers on the scoreboard with this goal at 18:38 of the second period. Rod Sealing and Pete Stemkowski on the assist. Their second goal, and what did turn out to be their last goal of the game, came on the power play late in the third period. Ken Hodge was in the penalty box for tripping. He had gone in at 17:18. The goal is by Rod Sealing. There's a quick left-handed shot at 18:35. Irvin and Stemkowski get the assists on the play, and the Rangers at this point were battling doggedly, attempting to complete the comeback. They had trailed 3-0 late in the second period. Then there was the goal that made it 3-1. This one made it 3-2, but there was only 1:25 left in the hockey game at this point. Bobby Orr's initial contribution came in the first period on the power play. At 11:18, he scored the first goal of the night. It turned out to be the game winner. Bruce McGregor, attempting to steal from Orr, who was at the right point on the power play, was not able to as Bobby made one of his typical moves and spun away from him. There's Bobby Orr, and it appears to be Bobby Orr's goal. In fact, it was originally credited to him on the power play, but as it was later changed, Cashman gets credit for the goal, and you'll see why when we look at it in slow motion. The assist to Esposito and Bobby Orr. Esposito won the face-off, back to Orr, who now gets the shot, but you'll see Wayne Cashman just in front of the net. He got a little piece of it to deflect it by Gilles Villemure. This is Esposito coming down the right side, stops, centering pass into Cashman, and it rolls oh so slowly across the goal line behind Gilles Villemure. It was at this point, said Esposito, that he knew they had it won, and Cashman apparently as well. The Bruins with a 3-goal lead at this point, and only 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the hockey season. Again, Esposito, centering pass to Cashman, and he's all by himself, fires the shot at Villemure, who almost made the stop. The puck had very little momentum left when it slid behind him, and then trickled across the goal line for the third and final Boston score of the night. Bobby Orr holding the puck. Jerry Cheevers, as the siren sounds, Bobby Orr is the first to greet Jerry Cheevers, and then the rest of the Bruins. There's Phil Esposito. You see Ed Westfall, Don Orey coming in, and everybody else. And the Bruins have taken their second Stanley Cup in 3 years.
This is the National Hockey League. Hockey at its best. the NHL, where the action is. And this is the story of the 1972 NHL playoffs for the top prize in all of hockey, the Stanley Cup. The finalists, the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers. But first, let's take a quick look at how the Rangers and the Bruins made it to the finals. In their earlier quarterfinal series, New York Rangers met the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Montreal Canadiens. The Rangers were hampered with injuries to several key players, while the Canadiens were the hottest team in the league when the regular season ended. Thus, everything pointed to a Montreal victory over New York. However, 6 games later, after some superb performances by Rangers such as Walt Kachuk and Bill Fairburn, who were especially successful at stifling the Canadiens' potent power play, and some great goaltending by Eddie Giacomin, New York had eliminated the Canadiens. The first time the Rangers had defeated Montreal in Stanley Cup play in 22 years. Next, New York met the Chicago Blackhawks, who had dispensed with the Pittsburgh Penguins in the minimum 4 games. The experts predicted a 6 or 7 game series between the Rangers and the Hawks, who finished first in the NHL's West Division during the regular schedule. But New York won in a surprising 4 straight games. Giacomin had suffered a knee injury in the first game, but Ranger goaltender Gilles Villemure took over and was unbeatable for the final 3 games of this semi-final series. And now, the Rangers would be making their first appearance in the Stanley Cup Finals in 22 years. In the meantime, the Bruins met the Toronto Maple Leafs in their opening round, and although the series was over in 5 games, the Maple Leafs, with 69-year-old King Clancy taking over for ailing coach Johnny McClellan, gave the Bruins plenty of problems with the persistent checking style of play. In fact, all but one of the games were cliffhangers, 3 of them decided by 1 goal. And when it was all over, Boston coach Tom Johnson stated he was mighty glad to see the end of Toronto for this season. In their second round, the Bruins faced the St. Louis Blues, who had previously eliminated the Minnesota North Stars in a series which took sudden death overtime in the 7th game to decide a winner. However, the Blues, who made the 1971-72 season a rebuilding year, were overmatched against the explosive, high-scoring Bruins. The Blues were demolished in 4 games as Boston set a new playoff scoring record with 28 goals. Scoring leader Phil Esposito was up to 9 goals when this series ended, and Bobby Orr's 15 assists gave him a new playoff record for defensemen. And so the Bruins reached the Stanley Cup Finals in 9 games, 1 more than the minimum, while the Rangers took 10. And now the stage was set to determine the Stanley Cup champion of 1972. New York scored early in the first game to take a 1-0 lead when defenseman Dale Rolfe fired the puck past Boston goalie Jerry Cheever. The Boston Garden fans were rather anxious as the visiting Rangers threatened to add to their lead. But Cheevers, who during the regular season had an undefeated string of 33 games, made several big saves in the Bruins' goal. Around the 5-minute mark, Johnny McKenzie got Boston going, setting up line mate Fred Stanfield for the tying goal. Now it was the Bruins' turn to put the pressure on around the New York goal. Bobby Orr's sizzling slap shot is deflected wide of the net. but Jackman loses his goal stick as Ken Hodge grabs the rebound. The puck comes back to Don Orey. He shoots. Jackman saves, but Hodge backhands the puck high into the net to make it 2-1 for the Bruins, and the Boston fans go wild. Boston has a man in the penalty box, but New York simply can't beat Cheevers. The Bruins got excellent penalty killing from Eddie Westfall and Derek Sanderson, who incidentally has been hospitalized between games for a stomach condition. That's Westfall, number 18, stealing the puck from the Rangers. Ahead to number 16, Sanderson, and watch this. Sanderson's remarkable shorthanded goal makes it 3-1, and just 45 seconds later, Hodge scored a second shorthanded goal to give Boston a 4-1 lead as the second period gets underway. Cheevers saves on Kachuk, and the Bruins start back on the attack. Number 7, Phil Esposito, the NHL's leading scorer and all-star center, fires a wrist shot at Jackman. He saves, but Hodge slams the rebound home for his third goal of the game, a hat trick, and Boston takes what appears to be an insurmountable 5-1 lead in this opening game. Right there, many might have expected the Rangers to pack up and return to New York. But in unbelievable fashion, the Rangers charge back. In super slow motion, we see how the Rangers' hard work pays off, and they narrow the margin to 5-2. Cheevers makes the initial save, but number 7, Rod Gilbert, blasts the rebound home. And so manager-coach Emil Francis watches as Rangers go into the third period, still a big 3 goals down. Make that 2 goals down as Vic Hadfield's shot eludes Cheevers at the 1:46 mark, and this game isn't over yet. Kachuk shoots, and it's 5-4. The Boston fans are stunned by New York's dramatic comeback. The Bruins are in trouble. New York has the momentum and swarm into the Boston end. Number 27, Ted Irvin, chases the puck back of the net, gets it to Bruce McGregor, and we've got a tied-up hockey game at 5-5 with just over 10 minutes to play. The Bruins seem dazed. They let a 4-goal lead slip through their fingers. But Mike Walton passes ahead to Garnet Bailey. And that neatly executed goal by Bailey makes him the hero of the first game. Boston wins 6-5 to take a 1-game lead in the quest for the cup. They came out hitting at the start of the second game, and obviously the Rangers were paying particular attention to number 7, the ever-dangerous Phil Esposito. Both clubs changed goaltenders for this game. Ed Johnston took over for the Bruins, Gilles Villemure for the Rangers. And Johnston was called upon to make several spectacular saves in this, the first period. In super slow motion, watch number 4, Bobby Orr, make one of his patented moves to set up Johnny Busick for the first goal of the game. Into the second period, and Esposito gets a great scoring opportunity, but Villemure somehow managed to keep the puck out.